Hi, hello, my dear friends. Welcome to my channel. Learn with fun. Enjoy this video with beautiful animations and creative explanation. Let us start the next topic, sexual reproduction. When reproduction takes place as a result of fusion of male and female gametes, that is called as sexual reproduction. Fusion of gametes is called as fertilization, which results in variations. First, let us study about sexual reproduction in plants. Can you tell me in plants which are the reproductive organs? Flowers. Yes, flowers are the reproductive organs of the plants. A typical flower consists of four main holes, namely sepals, petals, stamen, and pistil. Types of flowers. Yes, there are two types of flowers are there. Bisexual flower, unisexual flower. Bisexual flower means both the male and female reproductive parts are present. Example, hibiscus, mustard. Unisexual flower means either male or female reproductive part is present. Example, papaya, watermelon. So now let us study about structure of flower. These are sepals. These protect the flower in bud stage. Second whole part of the flower is petal. Yes, these colorful are petals. Petals help for attraction of insects, flies, small birds for pollination purpose. And also inside the bottom of the petals, nectar is present. For that nectar, as a food, so many organisms will come here and they act as a pollinating agents. Third hole of the flower is stamen. Stamen is a male reproductive part. So these are filaments and this is anther. Filament supports the anther and anther contains the male germ cells, that is pollen grains. Anthers contains pollen grains. Inside the pollen grains, male germ cells are present and these stamens are more in number. And next is female reproductive part. This is fourth hole of the flower and this is called as pistil. It contains stigma, style, ovary. Inside the ovary, ovules are present and here female eggs are present. Now let us study about the next topic, process of seed formation. Pollen grains produced in the anther are transferred to the stigma of the same flower, that is called as self-pollination, or stigma of another flower, that is called as cross-pollination, through the agents like air, water, or animals or insects. So pollination, that is transfer of pollen grains from anther to the stigma. Okay. So next, pollen grains germinate and form pollen tube which pass through the style to reach up to the ovules present in the ovary. So after the pollen will transfer to the stigma, at the time it germinates and pollen tube will form inside. We have learned in control and coordination, that is chemotropism, isn't it? The fusion of male and female gametes is called fertilization. What happens afterwards? The female with the female gamete, the male germ cell will go and fuse. That is called as fertilization. Zygote is produced inside the ovary. As already we know that one. After fertilization, zygote will form, and after zygote, it will convert into divides into embryo. Zygote divides to form embryo. Ovule develops thick coat and changes into seed gradually. So who will become the seeds? These ovules. Next, ovary will convert into fruits. Fruit and other parts of the flower will fall off or shrivel off. The seed germinates to form a plant under suitable conditions such as air, moisture, sunlight, etc. So that is called as cotyledon. In cotyledon, two things will be there. One is plumule, upper part, and second one is radicle, bottom part. Plumule develops into future shoot and radicle develops into future root. So there is a one formula to remember easy, PSRR. PS means plumule, shoot. RR, radical, root. Next topic is reproduction in human beings. Humans use sexual mode of reproduction because these are complex organisms. So, sexual maturation. What do you mean by sexual maturation? The period of the life when the production of the germs, that is ova in female and sperms in male, start in the body. This period of the sexual maturation is called puberty. This happens in adolescence age and the development of the germ cells or sex cells or gametes will form in the body because due to the release of testosterone hormone released by testes. As already we have studied in the chapter control and coordination, that is endocrine glands and their hormones. Changes at puberty. What happens during this period? Any changes will be there in the body? Yes, there are so many changes will takes place in girls as well as boys. A. Common in male and female. What happens? Thick hair growth in the armpits as well as genital area, and also the skin will becomes oily. As a result, will be pimples. B. In girls, breast size begin to increase. The girls begin to menstruate. In the ninth standard, we have studied that mammals. These mammals have mammary glands. They produce milk in the mammary glands, and it is the nutrition for the baby. In boys also some changes will take place as thick hair growth on the face, that is mustache, beard, voice began to crack. These changes are the signals that sexual maturity is taking place because of testosterone hormone released by testes. Male reproductive system. In this you have to remember testes, vas deferens, urethra, associated glands. First we will see about testes. A pair of testes are located inside the scrotum, which is present outside the abdominal cavity. So these testes are present outside the abdominal cavity. Why? Because scrotum has a relatively lower temperature needed for the production of the sperms. Our body temperature is 37 degrees Celsius. So production of the sperms will not take place in this high temperature. The sperms will die. For this reason, testes are inside the scrotum but outside the abdominal cavity. Next, male germ cells, that is sperms, are produced here. Where? In testes. Pair will be there. So testes, they release male sex hormone, that is testosterone, during the puberty stage, as already we have studied in endocrine glands in control and coordination. Its function is regulating the production of the sperms, that is controlling, okay, or production of the sperms will takes place here and bring changes in the puberty. So there will be some changes in the male, so as like beard, mustache, okay, thick hairs grow in the genital area, and the voice begin to crack. So all these changes due to because of testosterone hormone. Second one is vas deferens. Just it is a route, that is pathway of the sperms from the testis to the target area. It passes the sperms from the testis up to urethra. Third one actually associated glands. Afterwards urethra will come. So associated means combination of two glands, that is seminal vesicles and prostate glands. These are the two glands which are present in the male reproductive system. What they will do? They add their secretion to the sperms. Okay, this fluid provide nourishment to the sperms and make their transport easy. The development of the sperms takes place due to the secretion of prostate gland as well as seminal vesicles, and also the movement of the sperm will become easy. Sperm along with the secretion of the associated glands forms semen. So last part is urethra. What it is? It is a just common passage for both the sperms and the urine. Regarding this urethra, we have studied in the chapter life processes in the topic excretory system. So from kidneys, the two pathways will be there, ureter and collects in urinary bladder. After urinary bladder, there is a passage that is called as urethra. Here both urine and sperms will pass out. Urethra's outer covering is called penis, a male erectile organ of copulation by which urine and semen are discharged from the body. This is regarding human male reproductive system. Next we will move towards human female reproductive system. Human female reproductive system consists of three things: ovary, oviduct or fallopian tube, uterus. First, ovary. A pair of ovaries located in the both sides of the abdomen region. Female germ cells, that is eggs, are produced here. At the time of the birth of a girl, thousands of immature eggs are present in the ovary. But at the onset of puberty, some of these eggs start maturing. One egg is produced every month by one of the ovaries. Pituitary gland releases FSH, that is follicle stimulating hormone, and afterwards the ovary will get the message. These ovaries start releasing the hormone Estrogen, as already we have studied in the chapter Control and Coordination in the Endocrine Glands. These ovaries are glands and they release the hormone estrogen during the puberty stage and bring so many changes in girl, as already we have studied that one. So next, second one is oviduct or fallopian tube. Yes, these are the oviducts. Ova will release, egg will be released and from the ovaries, and they come from this root. Ova's root are oviduct or fallopian tube. Fallopian tube receives the egg produced by the ovary and transfer it to the uterus. And the main thing you have to remember is fertilization. That is the fusion of male and female gametes takes place in this place. That is oviduct or fallopian tube. So this question has been asked in the previous question papers. Where does the fertilization takes place? So you have to remember fallopian tube or oviduct. Next is uterus. It is one of the holy place because here the organism will develop and it is a bag-like structure where development of the baby takes place. Uterus opens into vagina through cervix. Vagina, copulatory organ, sperms are released here and the sperms will move towards cervix, uterus and towards the egg, which ovary will release egg at to that moment, to that place. Through the fallopian tube, sperms will move towards the egg for fertilization purpose. So the next topic is when egg is fertilized. When egg is fused with the sperm, what happens? The fertilized egg called zygote is planted in the uterus and develops into an embryo. The embryo gets nutrition from the mother's blood with the help of the special tissue called placenta. The placenta will be there here and the baby will get all the nutrition through the blood. And this placenta provides a large surface area for the exchange of glucose, oxygen and waste material also. The time period from the fertilization up to the birth of the baby is called gestation period. In human beings, gestation period is 9 months. After fertilization, zygote is formed and this zygote will convert into embryo and embryo is converted into fetus. The fetus is not complete development of the child, that is called as fetus, and after 9 months the fetus will develop into baby. If egg is not fertilized, what happens? The uterus prepares itself every month to receive fertilized egg. How it prepares? The lining of the uterus becomes thick and spongy, required to support the embryo. But when fertilization had not taken place, this lining is not needed any longer. This lining breaks and comes out through the vagina as a blood and mucus. This cycle takes 28 days every month and it is called as menstruation. It happens during the puberty stage. Next topic is reproductive health. Reproductive health is nothing but a total well-being in all aspects of reproduction, that is physically, emotionally, socially and behaviorally. Sexually transmitted diseases, that is STDs. Many diseases can be sexually transmitted through microorganisms like bacteria and virus. From an infected person to healthy person, bacterial diseases are gonorrhea and syphilis, and viral diseases such as warts and HIV/AIDS. The abbreviation for HIV is human immunodeficiency virus and AIDS is acquired immunodeficiency syndrome. These diseases can be prevented by using condoms. Prevents these infections to some extent. The last topic is contraception. What do you mean by this contraception? It is a just avoidance of pregnancy. It can be achieved by preventing fertilization of ova. There are so many methods of contraceptions are there. But in your syllabus they have given 4 methods. The first one is physical barrier, second one chemical methods, third one IUCD, that is intrauterine contraceptive device, fourth one is surgical method. First one, physical barrier. To prevent the union of egg and sperm, use of condoms, cervical caps and diaphragm, these are used. They act as a physical barrier and there is a no meeting of male and female germ cells. Second is chemical methods. Use of oral pills. What the pills will do? They change the hormonal balance of the body in female so that eggs are not released, but they have many side effects. The next one is IUCD. intrauterine contraceptive device. It is a copper T or loop. It is placed in the uterus of female reproductive system to prevent pregnancy. And the last one is surgical method. In surgical method, there are two types: vasectomy and tubectomy. Vasectomy is nothing but in male reproductive system, vas difference will be there. That vas difference is done operation by surgical method, that is called as vasectomy. Vas difference, vasectomy. In female reproductive system, fallopian tubes will be there. Those fallopian tubes will be done operation by surgical method, that is called as tubectomy. Fallopian tube, tubectomy. Vas difference, vasectomy. For more interesting and animated videos and also for 10th standard NCERT biology chapters, please subscribe my YouTube channel Shri Gopal Kulkarni. By this we have completed the chapter How do organisms reproduce. Thank you and all the best.